Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Radio Works World. So, I have a very special morning, an amazing morning, and an amazing morning brings along amazing people. We have here for the very first time Bradley Chapman. Over to you,
Hi, Marina, and thank you very much
Bradley.
indeed for the very warm welcome and for inviting me on the show. It's a pleasure, I must say, to join and to be a part of Radio Works World, and indeed to be feeling the Stardust, which, as you know, in the short time that we've known each other, has already had such an amazing impact upon my life, the way that I think and feel, and the way that I'm learning to be more open to help and support and understanding and feeling grateful for being able to give support to business owners and aspiring entrepreneurs. So thank you very much indeed for allowing me to join the show.
Wow, Bradley. So, you know what I'm going to say to you and to our listeners and to myself. You are Stardust. Bradley, tell
Yes,
us
I started.
tell me what brought you where you are in your life. You are amazing. You are pure Stardust, and you help everyone, and you have such a big heart, and you are thinking of all the people who are now struggling same way you've been struggling before, and you are thinking, no, you don't need to struggle. I struggled enough for you. Now is your time to flourish, and you are helping everyone regardless who they are, where they are coming from. All that matters to you is to help them to move on. So what brought you where you are in your life?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. I mean, it's a great question. I think ever since a young kid, I've wanted to achieve something. I've wanted to give. I've enjoyed being, a part of a group of people and helping people. I think naturally throughout my life, I've wanted to help people, and I've enjoyed doing so because with people, it hurts me to see people when they're in pain. I'm very sensitive man, and I don't like to see people hurt, and I don't like people to feel stuck. And even though there's been so many times in my life when I've been stuck, when I actually reach out and help somebody, and if they're stuck and they need help to move forward, it makes me feel that even if I've had nothing, and as you know, I've been busted broke 3 or 4 times in my life, and I've been a very wealthy man as well. But when I help somebody, it puts something through my body and through my bones and through my soul that I can only explain. Well, you know, it's Stardust, but it makes me smile inside and feel at peace and feel happy that I've been able to help somebody. And you know, I've been through an incredible journey in my life. I had my first business when I was about 18, and I've done so many different things, so many different businesses. And I think the thing about the different businesses that I've done or where I've been and the people I've met, for all my life, I was searching for big business. I was searching for success. I was searching for money. And actually, I was searching for the wrong things. But what I should have been doing is doing the thing that naturally I'm happy, that I enjoy doing, that fulfills me and gives me the greatest pleasure. And I realized, you know, just a couple of years ago, I've been a business coach. I've been a interim sales director. I've done import, export. I've met people all over the world. But just really 2 years ago, I had a sort of paradigm shift where I realized that actually it's me, it's Bradley Chapman. It's not about the teams or the people behind me with the things I was doing previously. It's about Bradley Chapman and what he can offer, what he can give, how he can change and enrich people's lives. And for the last year, I've been trying to find my message and my focus. And I'm so pleased to say that I've arrived. I'm home. I feel home for the first time in my life at 47 years of age. And I am so excited the journey that I'm embarking upon now. And I think at the weekend when we spoke, you said to me, you know, an upgrade from the universe. And I feel that. I feel that so much because there's so much I want to say. There's so much I want to give. There's so much love and help and support I can give. But I think what's been happening in my life was I was giving a lot of that to the wrong people, the people that weren't the right people that really needed to receive that help. And now I'm starting to attract the people that, one, I want to work with, two, I have a great deal of admiration, respect and love for, and three, I want to help them to move themselves in the business forward. So it's been a long journey. But you know, a funny story, when I was a young man, when I was about 18, I was dating a young lady and I ended up going out for the night, and I went back to this lady I was dating, her friend's father's house. lovely stately mansion in Statham Boys in Essex, and we pulled up with electric gates, and we went through to this great big mansion, acres of land, and the swimming pool, and the most beautiful house, and we had a swim in the pool. And the girlfriend at the time, her friend's father called down to the pool house. He said, you know, Bradley, come up and sit with me. So I said, really? Okay. So this guy's name was Neil Scott. Actually, he owned an airline at the time. It was called Air 2000. So I went up to his library and I sat with him. And I was 18 years of age. I just started my first business, the world at my feet. I thought I knew everything. And I sat down with this guy, and he started talking to me about his business. And he had a cigar and a scotch, and I've never been much of a drinker, and I didn't smoke at the time, but I've got this big old cigar and puffing on and drinking this scotch, which was really tasted awful. And he was telling me about the story of his life. And he said to me, Bradley, you know, it wasn't always easy for me. I've got to tell you, I wasn't a millionaire until I was 55. He said, I struggled my whole life with different businesses, success and failure. And when I got to 55, I become a millionaire overnight. He said, so it doesn't matter in life when you achieve your success, as long as you continue to search for it and keep trying and going, you will eventually find it. For me, I was 55 years of age and I became a multimillionaire, and he owned an airline. And that resonated with me because when I was young, I thought, you know, I'm going to do it by the time I'm 21, by the time I'm 25, and then it was 30. And I realized now, at the age of 47, I was chasing the wrong things. I've always felt an attraction to people. And the universe, fairly spiritually connected. People have always told me, you know, Bradley, you're very spiritually connected. I'm finally home, Marina, with the business I've created and in the process of building. And I'm so excited to what shape that's going to take. And as you know, I love speaking. I love getting on stage. I love motivating people. And I love to lift people when they're feeling down, so they come to a place where they're happy. And I know that you share that thought because you've done that with so many people, and you're doing that with me right now. So I'm very pleased to be home within my business and to have found a really true home in Radio Works, in Stardust, and in yourself, Marina.
Wow, Bradley, it's really very humbling to see somebody like yourself who in reality, you had it all, and you realize that actually it's not about you being able to go and get things, whatever those things might be, those goals might be. It's all about looking inside and finding that abundant place, that unique place from where you could give and give and give and never end. So you become almost like Niagara Falls. You become this river of resources, and you realize that no matter what happened, no matter how mad the world goes around you, outside you, you still have yourself. You are the biggest asset of all times. There is nobody like you. You are the one and only, and yes, you could finally say yes to yourself. And learning to say no to others is a big is a big leap of faith. It takes courage, takes guts, because we are conditioned to say yes to everybody and everything all through our lives. So of course it's very hard to come out from that trance, because it's a trance of saying yes to others, and come to a place where you are thinking, you know what, I'm going to put my name on it. This is my life. And life is not something that other people expect from me. It's not about going out and chasing goals and buying the next big house or building the next big business. It's all about delivering myself. Life is what you make of it. So what are the top 3 struggles you had throughout your life?
Yeah, sure. I think the most important thing, which you touched on there, is I think a lot of my life, I didn't understand and recognize that there were different types of people in the world. I had this naive belief that there was good inside everybody, and everybody would have had good intentions. But of course, that's not true. And I used the traffic light system, and the traffic light system is what I call the greens, the ambers, and the reds. And the greens are obviously people that you've got an instant connection with, and like a magnetism, that you're attracted to them and them to you. You have the ambers, which they may be connected to you, may not be connected to you, but they could move towards being total connectivity. And of course, you've got the reds, and the reds are the people that are quite negative. They'll pull you down if they see you being successful. They're the people that actually I spend a lot of time in my life with wasted energy on. And what I've realized is, and it was painful for me because I like to give, and you understand that. And I actually felt in my life, excuse me, that the Reds needed more help. But I realize now that my energy is important, my flow is important, and time is important. And if I'm going to give enough of my time and help somebody, then I want to help somebody that's aligned and wants to learn, wants to move forward, needs help, and would appreciate and accept it, and would give help in return. So I think the biggest challenge in my life was recognizing that actually you've got to gravitate, and you've got to gravitate towards and magnetize with the right people. And yes, you've got to say no to people that could be what I call a red, that would only drain your time. It took me a long time to accept that, and I realize that now. I've realized it actually for a few years, and it's been in my gut, in my stomach, and in my soul. So now I really am focused on working towards those. I mean, other challenges in my life, you know, I've had businesses where I built them from scratch, from my bare hands, from a bedroom. I can remember one business I started in the second bedroom of my flat. I had a fax machine for £175, the old thermal fax machine, a telephone, and a telephone directory. And I was actually had this dream of building an import and export business in promotional clothing. I actually ended up, after working in this business for 5 years, off my own back, working with clients like Walt Disney, Coca-Cola, Formula One racing teams, rock and pop groups like Michael Jackson and the Spice Girls, and Sky TV, Formula One racing teams, you name it, PG Tips. Every single brand, drink, television company I work with, Capital Radio, football clubs, Chelsea Football Club. But I built this business. It took me 5 years, and you know, you make the ultimate sacrifice when you're growing your businesses. Your friends are going out spending money. You don't take holidays. You know, you graft for 5 years. I built this business. It went multi-million. I had a 20,000 square foot warehouse. I had a support investment from a Korean company. And I just got the company to 3.2 million. This was from 23 to 28 years of age. I was approached by Richard Branson's Fast Track 100. I was approached by Dun & Bradstreet for outstanding growth. And in 1997, just as I was about to take the business from a £3.2 million a year turnover to 6 to 7 million, the Far East crashed overnight. My worst nightmare. I couldn't have foreseen it. I couldn't have, see what was going to happen. The Far East devalued by 2/3, and overnight it lost £500,000. I lost everything. I went to bed a fairly wealthy guy on paper with my business, with the asset value, and I woke up the next morning. I was pretty much broke, bust, and skint. Not only that, the Korean company then pulled out of UK operations, took all the stock out of my 20,000 square foot warehouse, and there was absolutely nothing I could do. I lost the business. It was very painful. So the pains, I think, in life are when you try so hard to grow a business, you give everything to it, you make those sacrifices that people in business can't possibly understand, because you put your life, your finances, your family on the line. It took me a while to recover. So I've had my challenges in my life from business. I've had my own failures. I've had my own personal challenges. And I think the toughest thing at the time when you're in pain, when you're struggling, is having the strength and the courage to get back up, knowing that it will be okay. As my mother says to me many times in my life, son, the darkest hour is always before dawn. And I'd always say to my mum, oh, mum, no, not again. I've given everything. You know, I've done everything I can to grow this business. I've employed people. I've, set the world alight. But you find the strength, you get back up, because you meet people that are greens. You meet people that want to help you get back up. And it's those people, when you're in your darkest moment, that they put their hand out to you and they say, Bradley, let me help you. You get back up. It gives you a faith and belief in humanity and life. And that's what I have. When I've been abundant in finances, I've helped so many people, because I remember all the times that I was down, or I fell over, or I grew a business, lost the business, had to get back up. I remember the people that help you get back up. And it's because of those people, plus my own strength as well, because you've got to have that in yourself. It starts with you. And when someone helps you to get back up, it's like a chain link fence. You have a respect, and you have an understanding that the universe has helped you, and you must help others. So in falling, every time I've fallen, I've grown stronger and wiser. And I truly believe now that I fell a few years ago, actually. I had a business and it cost me a lot of money. I trusted in somebody that failed me miserably and let me down. And I'm over that now, and it's brought me to this place. I'm so thankful, actually, for my life and my challenges and what I've been through, because it's made me the man I am now. It's given me the ability to understand business and people to such a great extent. And I'm fairly intuitive with people, and I'm a fairly good judge of character. And I can reasonably see people. I can look at somebody and I can see their aura and their energy, whether it's good or bad. So I'm now using all of the skills through the adversity from my family, my life, and business's success and failure, and the people I meet, to offer my experiences now to people that perhaps don't have those experiences. And if I can impart my knowledge onto somebody and helping them, and I do, and I can, and it's great when I do, then it makes me feel happy that they've learned and gained something from my success as well as my adversity, and that fulfills me. And that fulfillment inside is what drives me every day. As you know, I call it the wave riders. And when I'm feeling great, we all have ups and downs. And when you're down and you need to lift yourself up, I think of the people that need help, and it lifts me and it gives me the strength. So without the people around me supporting me, helping me, and me supporting them, I wouldn't be the person I am now. I've had many challenges in my life, but I've always got back up. At the time it was painful, but as you come out of it, it seems to always get lighter and brighter, and you find a way. Except now, this time, after falling over a couple of years of time, it's different for me, because I feel like I've walked into my nan and granddad's home, where I love, I cherish it, bless them. They're off in heaven now, my grandparents. And it's a place of warmth, it's a place of trust. It's a place that you know you can go to, that you feel great. It's like I've come home to my grandparents' house and I feel alive, I feel trust and trusted in. And I feel exuberated, especially with Stardust now as well. I feel an energy, and the last couple of days as well, I feel an energy that I can't even sleep, if that makes sense. So yeah, keep getting back up when you fall, because if you don't get back up, then that pain you feel will last forever. But if you get back up, the pain will only last for a moment. So I choose to get back up.
Wow, Bradley. Your story is not only inspirational, I think is empowerment, pure empowerment. People could see that is possible. They look at you and think, oh my God, Bradley, you made it. And that this means I can make it. And it is almost everything that is outside, all the wonders in the world, all the miracles you are waiting for, they come to one place. And that place is you, because you are the miracle you've been waiting for. But it takes time. Rome wasn't built in a night, and takes time for you to build up yourself. And surely in our business, which is the Stardust business, takes time to build others and take them to a place from where they could see what is available for them. So I said many times that life is what you make of it. And for some of our listeners, this could sound a bit harsh, but I am personally a no-nonsense kind of woman. So I know it takes courage, and it takes guts, and it takes some more courage to turn that dream into a vision and turn the vision into your own reality. But if you think about, if you keep that dream into your mind, it's almost like a moral sin. Nobody is going to see it. Nobody is going to be able to benefit from it, not even you, because that gift you've been given at birth, in your case, the gift of giving, is something so unique to you that cannot be replicated. And I wish I could put you in a bottle and send you to the 4 billion people out there, so their life will become better. And yet they have to discover their own essence. And from what you are saying, I understand that you thought it's enough to work hard. It's enough to use your brain. It's enough to use your energies. It's enough to believe in what you are doing and get involved into a project and turn that vision into a reality. And yet you realize that Aligning your values with your beliefs and your actions is not enough. And you come to a place in your life where you feel at home. Welcome home, by the way. You are
Thank
always
you.
and same.
Thank you.
And you realize that unless you feel fulfilled, unless you align your emotions with your actions, your beliefs, and your values, is not taking you far. Because anything can happen at any time. There are so many crashes around the world. There are so many crashing demands made on you every single day. But unless you focus on what matters to you, which is you, what matters to you is you, then everything gets diverted. It's taking a lot longer. And your friend was very lucky to get his fortune when he was 55, but could take you more than one life to get where you want to be.
Yes, totally.
So because this is why there is nothing between yourself and your dream. There is nothing. So it's your biggest challenge and your biggest opportunity to grow your own wings and fly. Fly as high as only eagles dare. And people are talking many times about the vultures flying around. And you know what? Vultures cannot fly as high as the eagles. So just dream big, dream big, dream big is what it takes, and takes courage. And you are so excited. Your energy is so amazing. It's almost like everyone you touch could turn into gold. It's almost like it's this magic, that is transferable. So what is exciting and is happening in your life right now, and you want to share with our listeners?
Yeah, sure. It's fantastic. I think the first thing, and thank you. I mean, it's a great question and some great information. I think the most important thing that I want to share right now is that I searched all of my life for business and success. And what I didn't do is I wasn't congruent with my values. I am doing now absolutely what I love: coaching, talking to people, helping people to build and to use my energy like a Duracell battery. For me, what I'm doing right now is I've got a business called Yes You Can Inspire to Achieve, which is a business coaching and support network for business owners. And that's just one aspect of what we do: is business coaching, supporting business, helping them to grow and achieve. But I really do want to build my public speaking offering. And my dream is to be on stage with Les Brown one day. My dream is to be talking in America. I love America. I love Americans. I love their enthusiasm. There's still lots and lots of work to do in the UK. And Yes You Can Inspire to Achieve, as it grows, I want to grow a large number of business coaches that are heart-centered business coaches, up to 25 coaches in the UK that work under a very, very specific program and are experienced coaches in terms of having experienced adversity and success, and are totally congruent with their values, so that they are a heart-centered business coach, and we can attract people in business that are equally heart-centered entrepreneurs, and we can mold together, and we can coach and train and grow these businesses and help them become successful. And working with the greens and the ambers. So for me, my aspirations are to build the UK's and perhaps globally the largest network of heart-centered business coaches, making a massive impact on helping business owners grow and achieve greater success, and coping with some of the pains and the challenges and the struggles. But we want to attract people that are congruent with their values, people that are doing what they love, doing what they enjoy. I spent so many years in business doing what I thought was the right thing. And actually, I spoke to a guy last night after a Facebook Live I did, and he had some challenges. I said, are you enjoying what you do? Is it your life's dream? Is this what you really want to do? Because I'm 47 years of age, and it was only until I was 45 that I said to myself, I'm going to do exactly what I want to do. It's Bradley Chapman. This is me. This is who I am. This is me, the real me. This is what I stand for, and this is what I'm going to offer. This is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to go on stage, and I'm going to speak to people. I'm going to help businesses. I'm going to create a magazine. I want to look at something as well where 12 entrepreneurs, get together. 12 of the best heart-centered entrepreneurs that could deliver the most amazing and powerful conference that will change people's lives. I've been learning about emotions, the three principles, the law of attraction really has been with me a long time since I interviewed Dr. John DeMartini a few years ago, who actually said to me in 2010, you know, Bradley, I can see that you're a speaker, you know, become congruent and aligned with your values and follow that course. And I heard it, but I didn't do it, and I've come back to that now, and I'm following that course. And thank you, John, and thank you, Marina. But yes, I want to help people. I want to grow a very large number of heart-centered business coaches. I've seen all the business coaching models around the world, the way that they're operating, and every success and respect to them. But I want to grow a heart-centered business coaching school that has business coaches that work in a way from the heart, that understand empathy, that understand success. And don't get me wrong, we're not talking just mushy peas and marshmallow here. You have to understand with your business that you've got to commercialize it. You've got to make money. Because if you don't make money, you don't have a business. But one, I want these coaches to help business owners to do and achieve what they love, to be congruent with their values. And if they're congruent with their values and their mindset is focused, that their soul and their heart and their purpose is focused, their businesses, I have got absolutely no doubt, will grow much more safely, quicker, and more profitable. And you know what? They will never work a day in their lives because they're doing what they love. And if you do what you love, you don't work, you enjoy every single day.
Wow, Bradley. You know, it makes me think again that dreaming big is not just a wish, is not just, it is a way of life. And there are so many people out there, millions and millions of people all over the world, that they made their own purpose of dreaming big. And they won't settle for less.
No.
They won't settle for less, because when you dream big, means that there is enough room for everybody who could benefit from that dream to walk in and feel at home. When dreaming big means that you are making a difference, a significant difference, and also means that you are making the fortune. Because making the difference is not sustainable unless you are making the fortune. You need the fortune behind making the difference. It's a process. And if you make the difference only for a couple of months, who is going to benefit? All the people who came into your dream, into your vision, will be let down. So it is your moral duty as an entrepreneur, as a heart-centered entrepreneur, to live and think with the end in mind. Every single project, every single goal, every single vision you want to deliver is always starting with the end in mind. So what is that you want to achieve?
What I see, and beginning with the end in mind, what I see is being a part of something that's bigger than just myself, and being a part of something where so many people are contributing towards the education, the re-education, and the support of others that share the same aspiration, dreams, and goals, that it becomes the biggest global business support community in the world. And people are so attracted to this idea because it allows them in the process to be the real them. There are two types of people that I've met. There's the real person and there's the fake person. Sometimes you don't know the difference. You can't quite see the difference. Sometimes people feel that they can't be the real themselves. Sometimes they feel that they have to be somebody else, and they put on their persona and their mask. I see real people being themselves, being the true themselves, and delivering the real themselves in a network, a global community, which is what Radio Works is becoming, which is what you're delivering, which is what you're creating, which is why I'm attracted to you and to your network and to Darren and all the people I've met. It resonates so much with me in my heart and my soul that it sends the most exciting shivers down my spine that this could become the leading global network of connected business people that are following one common purpose: do what you love and your success will come.
So I think from what you are saying, you are saying that in effect this emotional intelligence evolution that is happening within our community, the Stardust family, the Radio World network and platform, where people come on stage, where the magic happens, they share their Stardust, they contaminate everyone with their dreams, with their ideas, with their vision, is the kind of environment and habitat that could help others flourish their own dreams. And you know, I was thinking while you were talking, and you inspire me to think that actually people know too much. You know so much about everything. You done it all. You've been through everything, and you learn, because it's no losing, or it's, I could say that it's only winning or learning. And each time you learn something, you are wondering how much more I need to learn. And I'm thinking now, there is one thing you need to learn. One thing you need to learn, and it's a moral duty to learn this thing. It's you, the knowledge of you, because people go through life and they get their degrees, their achievements, their certificates, their life experiences, and yet they don't have a clue who they are.
No.
They are so ignorant on coming to themselves. What are they made of? I know I'm made of stardust. I know you are made of stardust. But when people are asking you, where are you going? You know, it have to be no question about, I'm going to deliver myself. Because life is not about reinventing myself. Life is not about finding myself. Life is not about anyone else. My life is about me delivering myself. But for that, you need the knowledge of who you are. And knowing your worth is what makes the difference. Knowing that behind, on the wall, behind you is a wall saying, yes, I can, should say Bradley Chapman. That's what it should say.
Yes, 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 it should. Yes, that's right.
Bradley Chapman, because there is nobody like you. There is no other Bradley Chapman that could match you. You are unique, and you are the one and only, not because I want to say that, just because it's true. That's the only truth you should know. And if I have amnesia, I will remember Bradley Chapman, not yes, I can.
Yes,
So
I get it.
you see, the impact you make in other people's life is not about how much money you have in your bank account, or how many people you know, or how many people know you, or who knows you even. It's all about, I know myself. I know what I'm made of. This is who I am. And I deliver myself into the world, because I am a gift to the world. I'm a gift, and I'm wrapping myself up with all the stardust in the world. So you know I'm here. So you know you could come to me and you could share what I have, because what I have is priceless. So I know you have beautiful daughters, and you have a beautiful family, and you love your mom dearly. And I just wonder, if you had a magic wand, what would you do? What would you change in the world?
That's a very, very good question. And that's quite a deep question, because I think if there's one thing I could change in the world, it would be to change the shift and the balance percentage points of the people who give first and take second. And I'd like to see more people giving than taking. I think on journey of life, you know, it can have one or two impacts on us. We become a giver, or we become a taker. And I'm not suggesting, you know, takers are bad people for a moment, but I think the power of giving is so important. It's so powerful that if you give, naturally you will receive. And if you give with an open heart, not to expect to receive, I think the receive that you get back is even greater. So I think it would be that. I mean, you know, we can talk about families and harmony and taking away people's pains, but I think pains are there to teach us to become stronger people. I'd love to see more love. I'd love to see more people not being in so much pain, but I think overall it would be getting more people to give than take, to see a heart-centered entrepreneur shift. And I think it's coming, and I tell you why I think it's becoming. I think there's so much distrust in the world. I don't want to go into politics, race, or religion, of some of the challenges we face in the world, but I think there's the gap between the very, very ultra wealthy, the governments, and the everyday man. I think that gap is growing, and I still believe that everyday man is the most powerful set of people on the planet, and collectively as a group, the power that they could deliver, the energy that they could create, the dreams that they could inspire in themselves, knowing themselves, true selves, and inspiring in others. A collective group of people could commercialize and make decent money, but they could give something back to the world that makes the rest of the world stand up and say, oh my gosh, this movement is doing something that may change the world through business, through voice, through speaking, through education. So I think if a movement was so powerful around the world, in every single country, there was a piece of this movement, and this movement was sprinkling stardust everywhere, the magnetism, I'm shaking now talking about this. Whoa, I'm being visited right now. I'm being visited right now. My neck is tingling.
Wow.
I see this. I see a movement. I see this movement. I see Stardust, and I see all the people like myself that are attracted to what you stand for, being a part of this journey. I believe that a journey is bigger than one person. I believe that one person's got a vision in history. We've seen that, and there are people around a person, and they believe in that, and that's how religion started. That's how business started. That's how Richard Branson started. All the powerful, significant people in history have started with a vision and a dream that meant something, and then people followed. Well, the dream that I'm sharing right now with you, Radio Works, Stardust, and my own business, Bradley Chapman, who I am and what I'm doing, I'm just grateful and honoured to be to have met you and to be a part of it, because I am shaking inside with excitement. I can see the end in mind, and I see Stardust all over the world, and I'm now involved with that, and I'm so inspired. It's excitingly scaring me, because I can't wait to deliver the message. I feel like a Ferrari. I'm like, come on, let's go. Let's share this message. So if I could change one thing, it would be that. It would be getting more people to give from their heart, from their soul, in order to receive. Law of attraction, universe stuff. I really believe in that. And I'm also a very grounded man as well. Don't get me wrong, I'm a very grounded, commercialized man as well. That's had a vast range of commercial experience, import, export, manufacturing, production, journalism, running sales teams and business growth, high growth. I've been involved in the sharp end of the stick of some of the most challenged businesses and difficult businesses that I shall never go back to, because I now choose where I work and what I do. Equally, I've been involved with some of the most beautiful, amazing people that will only lift you higher. I now make the choice. I am only magnetizing towards, to, and around and with people that can lift you higher. I will never go back to wasting my time on reds again. I won't, because my time is worth too much, my energy is worth too much, my love is worth too much. And by working with people that lift you higher, guess what? Every day you wake up like this, smiling from ear to ear. And that's how I woke up this morning. That's how I woke up after I spoke to you on Saturday. That's how I woke up on Sunday. And I can't wait to go through this day today. So I am positively Stardust energized, and Bradley Chapman is so focused on helping and changing and enriching people's lives. I'm struggling to sum it up, Marina.
Wow, Bradley. So we are saying here that actually, where before, apparently there are two kinds of people. We are all humankind, but some of us forget we are human and kind, and we stick on the part of human, thinking, oh, I'm just human, so that's another excuse. And that excuse could involve mediocrity, which doesn't exist, it's just an excuse, or failure, which doesn't exist, it's just an upgrade, and so on. So we were thinking before, both of us, there are two kinds of people. There are people who give and people who go out and get. And we realize that actually there are only, it's a different kind of very simplistic way of looking at things, but to think simple it takes a lot of time. It took me 5 decades. Anyway, so now I'm thinking there are only two kinds of people: the people who give up and the people who give. And when we give up, what's happening? You go into a place of scarcity. You are thinking, oh my God, I have to grab everything. I have to go and take from others, whatever it takes, because I have nothing. And the givers are the people who think, you know what? Doesn't matter what you take from me. You can't take me away from me. I'm my biggest asset. and nobody could be me. And this sense of worth we want to reinstate and re-engrave in people's mind, in their attitude, in their mindset, in their day-to-day life. And I'm thinking now that in all fairness, if we'll make self-worth mandatory in school, and children as young as 9 and 10, because I met Ben Sami, some Salmi families, and we're having a project with them. They go around the world for 80 days to share their message in their Stardust. And one of the children, they're all amazing, but one of the children, Paolo, is 7. And the way he look at things, and the way he sees himself in this big universe is so pure and so amazing. And maybe this is what we have to do. We have to change the educational system. We have to go back into schools and teach what is really important, and teach the art of being you, because it is a science as much as it is an art. So being yourself, being authentic, not feeling the need to copy anyone, not feeling the need to bury yourself, to hide yourself, and just become who you are designed to be. That will make a huge difference, because if you look at the world and variable of figures, like some people think that 1% of the world rules the world and the 99 is suffering. Other people think there are 3%, 5%. So no matter the percentage, I'm thinking that this is my ultimate goal, to help eradicate poverty. And no matter how you look at those figures, it's still a border, a barrier between the rich and the poor. And I'm thinking that the rich got no power. They might have money and they work for it, or they inherit it, whatever it is not a curse, is not a bad thing, it's a good thing. But what they can do when it comes to the 95% left on the other side. So it is us to remove that border. It is us to eliminate any kind of visa into wealth, because you have it all. You have it all. There's no one to blame. It's not the government. It's not the family. They're not your friends. It's none of it. It's you. You have to become aware of your own powers, of your own gift, and monetize it. Just make yourself available to people who need you, and they will pay for the unfair advantage of living next to you, or sitting next to you, or listening to you, or being in business with you. And it's that simple. So I think all this stereotype thinking when, oh, they are the rich and they are the poor, is artificial. And it's almost... I'm not using the right word, but it's almost like comfortable thinking, oh, they are the rich, we are the poor. But actually, what holds you back? Who can stop you from being who you deserve to be? Who can stop you from loving yourself? Who can stop you from being kind to yourself? Because everything starts with you. Bradley, I hope you'll start your radio show very soon, and it will be as often as you wish, because our listeners will love to have you back. We have a great feedback coming, a thread of emails and messages, and I'm really grateful to our listeners. We don't have more time today, but you'll be back, and I know by then at the back on the wall behind you is going to say Bradley Chapman.
It's funny, yes. It will do. And actually, I just took down bradleychapman.com to rebuild it and to rebrand it, which is going on at the moment. And it goes live again in July. And when bradleychapman.com goes live in July, stand by, because it's going to be an awesome site, and it is all about Bradley Chapman and what he can do, what I can do to help the listeners, the audience, and anyone in business that's a heart center entrepreneur move forward. And Marina, thank you for having me on the show. I know time's tight today. It's been inspired, awesome, exhilarating, and absolutely soulful spending some time with you today. You really are an awesome lady. I could go on all day long about you, but let me just say thank you. Stardust, Stardust, Stardust Global.
Thank you so much. Until next time, from both of us, remember, you are Stardust.
You are Stardust!